Welcome, everyone, to the Lake Orion Fantasy Football Show. I'm your host, Christopher Stewart Ehmann, here with my main man, Ian Witherspoon. Stay tuned for some fantasy football.
Let's go.
Welcome back, fantasy football freaks. It's another edition of the Fantasy Football Show here at the Hinford Ave Atrium.
Yeah. Oh, the Atrium. My favorite spot.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Glad
Beautiful
they built
day.
it. Yeah. Oh, it's a gorgeous day.
Beautiful, beautiful day. If you're here to tune in to the Food Network or Soap, get on out of here. We're talking fantasy football. We're talking fantasy football. And the best thing about fantasy football is that fantasy football draft.
It's always an exciting event, right?
That's what you look forward to.
Let's hear how the event went this year.
Man, last week, got together with the boys, had the fantasy draft of the lifetime. You know, we premiered the show that we shot last week.
Yep.
Went over well. Everyone had fun. Had a few pops, had some DDs.
Sure, of course.
That's how we get it done.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, there was some, that draft, though, there's some ups and downs, if you know what I mean.
Let's get into it.
Let's get right into it.
Let's talk about it.
All right, let's see here. Well, we had the draft, we had to redo the lottery, and my main man, Chad, 50 Shades a Day, ended up with the first.
Came up aces.
Dang.
So
So
he needed it, though, after last year.
oh yeah, he wasn't getting no love.
Right.
No satisfaction.
Nope.
Rolling Stones?
That's my favorite band.
Nailed it. I got one right this time. Here we go. Back to the draft. My man Chad kept Julio Jones, MJD, solidified some more running backs, David Wilson, DeMarco Murray, Colin Kaepernick, Matt Stafford. I mean, you look at the list, it was okay.
It's all right. So you got a B.
You got to be.
The experts gave him a B.
ESPN gave him a B. That's where I'd probably give Chad the same grade.
E3 concurs with a B.
E3 concurs.
All right.
I stamp it. B. Good luck, Chad. Good luck to you in the future. Good luck to you in the league.
Gonna need it with some of these teams up in here.
Let's go.
Okay.
On to the
All
next.
Right. Hey, Rice Brady.
But I thought he.
Well, you know what? He
he got rid of one of the guys.
So it's Rice.
Rice.
Charles.
Rice Charles.
Rice Wayne. I don't know.
Guy comes back. Solid lineup. Heavy on the running backs
Yep.
and wideouts. He didn't really pick up a tight end.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that might cost him.
Yeah.
Maybe Gronkowski's replacement.
Maybe.
Danny Woodhead.
It's all up in the air right now, though. I don't know.
It's up in the air.
I think in vogue this year is the running back. It's always the smart pick.
Yeah.
But people are loading up on backs this year is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
And it's continuing this league.
It's continuing with those first two drafts.
Yep.
Heavy loaded. ESPN gave him a C+. What do you think? Yeah?
Maybe a C.
Maybe a C?
I'm not going to be that generous to him.
C's get you degrees?
Yeah.
Do they get you W's, though?
No.
No?
No.
All right. On to
You
the
got a
next
3-point and above for
Gotta
the
get-
Dubs.
I get it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Uh.
I love that analogy.
All right.
Moving on, J2, the Gangman style. Cy.
Ooh.
No keepers. He's starting from scratch.
Yeah, and he picks
a 72-year-old Peyton Manning to back his team.
which is also in vogue this year, man.
In vogue?
Everybody's it's either load up on the backs or load up on Denver's wide receivers
That's right.
because they think,
Someone's
hey,
got to throw him the ball, right?
I guess.
And you know what he did here? If you look, he got Peyton Manning
Mhm.
and he got Demaryius Thomas.
Mhm.
So he's going for that 1-2 connection.
That connection. I don't know.
He addressed some needs. Might have been tier 2, tier 3 players.
Right. Ben Tate, good back
Yep.
when he plays.
Yep.
When Arian Foster's not playing,
Yep.
he's great back, but he doesn't have the spotlight.
Fans doesn't get enough touches.
Right. It'd be a great pick, but
Totally understand.
yeah.
Not that great. That was the experts. That wasn't me.
No. You can put that one in the shredder.
Experts gave him a fabulous. And fabulous starts with an F.
That's
That's
an F,
not me,
folks.
J2. Do what you do with your roster. We've seen worse. So, good luck. And Next guy on the list, man.
Next guy on the list, the commish.
The commish.
That's you.
Flawless. I don't see one blemish on this draft.
You know, we talked about this before. We talked about this off the air, but the C.J. Spiller keep. That was interesting.
Questionable.
Not questionable, but interesting.
Yeah?
Because I remember you picked between Johnson, Spiller, and Aaron Rodgers.
A-Rod, yep.
I told you I would have stuck with Rodgers. But
Yep.
you went with Spiller. That's
We'll see.
fine, though.
Rookie quarterback starting a draft. One thing to note with this draft is I made a 4th-round trade.
Okay.
And I traded Marquise Colston for Frank Gore straight up. So,
Nice.
I needed to solidify some of my running backs. I think I did the job there. ESPN gave me an A. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
You know
So,
who I love? Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham with the
Oh,
3rd
yeah.
overall.
Oh, that's nice.
Loving it. Solidify that tight end.
Third round he was available.
That's what we do.
Wow.
You can pull strings when you're the commish.
Why was he available in the 3rd round?
Hey, you hide the sticker.
I guess so.
You hide that player.
Okay.
Hide him behind the couch.
Good call, man.
Moving on. This is to wrap up the first half of the draft. We got the Polish Hammer.
Solid crew, man.
Let me tell you a little nidbit. Guy didn't even show up to the draft.
Oh.
We did this for you.
Oh, wow.
We made this happen
man.
for you, my man. He did keep Marshawn Lynch. He did keep Matt Ryan. Sprinkled in some Roddy White. And he's doing what J2 was doing. He's going combination there. He's
Okay.
going quarterback,
Right.
wide out.
Trying to get that
Little
connection.
dual threat. You know
Yep.
what I mean? You know what I mean?
I like, you know what? Boy, I don't know. Chris Ivory I was always a fan of in New Orleans.
Yep.
Because they had some backs that could run, But with the Jets.
You put anyone on the Saints and they're gonna
Right.
they're gonna produce, right?
With the Jets.
They got a great offense.
Yeah.
They got playmakers.
Yep.
But my man Brad, A-. ESPN gave you an A-.
That's pretty good.
And you owe that to all the guys in that
Yeah.
room because we did this for you.
Somebody's buying beer.
Next year, that's not going to happen. Or what do we say if they don't show up? They gone.
They go.
It's a warning.
Bye-bye.
That's a warning.
All right. See you next year.
So that was the first five picks. Now we go to the later half. Now these guys all finished in the top 5 of the league. So these guys are sitting pretty all last year.
This is the big boys right here.
Oh yeah, these are our tier 2 fantasy football teams.
Okay.
Starting off with the 6th pick overall, we got Matt Ronan, the defending champ. 6 out of a 10-team league. That's a rough spot to be in, but I think he did okay.
Yeah.
Again, kept Alfred Morris, got some playmakers in Des Bryant, Chris Johnson, and then like I said, we made that trade, Frank Gore for Marcus Colston. What else you seen on this list?
Tony Romo, Miles Austin. You know what I'm seeing mostly here with Matt is what ifs. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm seeing a lot of what ifs. Tony Gonzalez, what if? He
Oh.
still got it in the tank. You know what I mean?
Is he using the 2009 draft book?
I don't know.
Draft
Chris
guide?
Johnson, what if? Is he going to be like he was in the
Okay.
preseason against the Skins? I don't know.
Is that risk versus reward gonna
We'll see.
play itself out? See, he drafted a rookie there in Le'Veon Bell.
Yep. Another what if.
Yep. Mario Manningham. Is he? I thought he was going the Robert Woods rookie out of USC. So he put a roster together.
Yep.
Good luck to him. It's going to be hard to repeat. It always is in this league. ESPN gave you a C. So I kind of, again, C will get you.
Get your degree, get you in
Get
the
your-
door, but you might not land the interview. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They
might not
might
land an
ask to see
interview.
that transcript.
That's
what if
right.
they do? No, I got C's.
All right. Good luck. Good
Yeah.
luck, Matthew.
Okay.
On to the next one. My man Justin Hanning. TMP. Is that what we got? We got a warning last time, so it's TMP.
TMP.
TMP. Touchdown, Mike. So here we go. Going over his
Too many players.
Too many players. I like that. Touche. He's keeping LaShawn McCoy, Brandon Marshall.
I like those keepers.
Those are playmakers.
Yeah. And then
Bring in Tom Brady,
Yep.
Larry Fitz, and then from there, is that again reach? After those first 4, 5
I see Deshaun Jackson. You know, he's got potential every year. Fred Davis.
potential.
Potential. Been a real hit and miss kind of guy, but
But that's the thing. What happens in these fantasy football leagues is when you hold off.
Yeah.
When you hold off on a certain position, you neglect them. You kind of pick up playmakers, sprinkled in and out.
Right.
You pick up the Lions D. Lions defense. What's up? Is that a homer? Is that a?
I remember 2 years ago that was a good pick actually because they created some turnovers when they went to the playoffs. You know.
Yep.
Woohoo! Last year,
hey,
you couldn't pay me to take that defense.
That's the second to last pick, but
yeah.
He also got Kembrell Tompkins. That was his boy. He's been preaching them all season. But
Tom Brady, you know.
ESPN comes through
with a D.
A D.
Oh man.
Again, this ain't me. This not me, hand dog. ESPN. I don't know. Your first four, after your first four, maybe they're just looking. Maybe you neglected a position or what. I don't know, but
I find it interesting. TMP got a D.
TMP got a D.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah. It's interesting.
On to the next.
Sure.
On to the next.
Yeah.
AP for free.
This one
with RG3.
Yeah.
This kid adopts Adrian Peterson and Doug Martin. Mm-hmm. I mean, you automatically. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a passing grade right there. You just play two guys. You're considered a contender, right?
Solid backs every week.
Comes back with Randall Cobb, Andre Johnson, sprinkled in again. RG3, Kenny Britt, Mark Ingram, Luck.
I like the Mike Wallace pick in Miami.
Ooh. I think that's a what if.
It's totally a what if. But
I mean, Tannehill.
Yeah, I know.
Tannehill's a question mark. He's a second-year player.
Right.
Who knows what he's bringing? But my man Steve comes through with an A+.
Yeah, Steve.
I think those keepers helped him.
Oh yeah.
I think those keepers helped you out a lot. ESPN ranked number 1 and 2, so I think by default you got A+. Good job. Good luck. On to the next. My man Terror Squad, runner-up last year.
Okay.
Only keeping AJ Green. Comes back, solidifies some positions. He goes running back, Steven Jackson, Stephen Ridley, Aaron Rodgers, Vernon Davis. I mean, again, he's filling needs. Jared Cook, he's. Let me tell you this, he's loving it. That Ronnie Hillman pick. He's been preaching about Ronnie Hillman.
Really,
the starter out there. Maybe for now until Monty Ball comes back, but
I'm telling you what, this might be my guy right here.
My Terror Squad.
I don't want to say overwhelming favorite because, you know, there's a couple.
This is your sleeper?
He might be my sleeper.
This is your sleeper in the league. Well, G, good luck to you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, G. You got a solid squad. ESPN gave you a B. I kind of concur on that.
I'll give him a B+.
You filled needs, B+ by the Professor Ian over here.
I'll give it a B+.
And last but not least, my man Mons Venus. You know what Mons Venus is?
No.
You should know. And shame on you for picking that as a team name. It's a gentleman's establishment in the Tampa Bay area. Shame on you. This is a PG league.
This is a family show, too, for crying out loud.
No champagne. We don't want no champagne.
No.
Anyways, this is fantasy football. I'm not trying to get people in trouble. Here we go. Arian Foster, Drew Brees.
Boom,
Gimme's right. 1, 2.
Yep.
Reggie Bush in a third.
Sure.
Victor Cruz in a fourth.
Great.
Monty Ball.
Could be awesome.
Giovanni Bernard, my boy from UNC. We go down the list. Brandon Pettigrew, Reggie Bush, going for some connections there. I think he reached on some of these. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Maybe he's sleepwalking through some of these picks because he's been on top of the league for so long. He's trying to make it competitive, but
could be.
ESPN gave him a C-.
Interesting. Yeah, give him a C. You know.
C. Okay.
Yeah, give him a C.
That sounds good. So yeah, a lot of contenders here on the list. Everyone had a great pick. My man Ian gave G kind of like the nod.
I give him a stamp. Watch out. Watch out for G.
Stamp of approval for the big man G and the Terror Squad.
Yep.
Coming up next, we're going to talk about some fantasy football matchups in Week 1. So please stay tuned.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Terminos or Fox Sports Detroit.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Lake Orion Fantasy Football Show.
Yep.
We just got done with the draft recap. Now let's go over some matchups.
Let's get into it.
This week's matchups.
Oh, man, Week 1 in the NFL.
Isn't it? It's about time.
It's so tasty. I love it.
First on the docket, we got Ravens Broncos.
The AFC Championship game last year.
That's right.
I thought, you saw the game I saw. The Broncos probably should have won that one.
Oh, yeah. They let the game slip.
I don't see the Broncos losing this one.
Got a vendetta?
I think so. It's at Mile High, because the Orioles wouldn't work with the Ravens.
Yeah.
So the Super Bowl champs are on the road, game 1. Hey, I don't know. I think
And the Ravens
Broncos.
is a totally different team, too.
It is a whole new look Ravens, offense and defense.
Yeah, they total restructure there.
I'll tell you what, we'll see right off the bat, though, if Flacco's earning that contract.
That's right. Should be a good game.
I think so.
Can't wait. Next game, we got Patriots at Bills. That's a divisional game.
You know, the Bills always bring it, especially when the Patriots come to town.
That's right.
So I like seeing that crowd at whatever the heck stadium they play at. I don't even remember what it's called. But, you know, the Patriots, lot going on this offseason. Don't know if they're going to be the same.
Are they going to be focused?
Who knows?
Bill Belichick always has them focused.
Tom Brady always is, too.
That's right. A lot of changes there. And I believe the Bills, their first-round draft pick, Gilmore's out for the season. So that's a big hurt in the secondary, especially against Tom Brady.
And they got a new quarterback as well.
Yep, rookie E.J. Manuel.
Harvard man is gone. What was his name?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That's it. He's
He
out.
gone.
So
He's in Tennessee.
Yep.
But that's another. So who you got? Patriots.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Next on the docket.
Yeah.
Big game. I know
I
Ian
love it.
Witherspoon's watching this
man.
game.
Oh,
We got
man.
the Dirty Bird Falcons versus the Who Dat Saints.
Coming to the Superdome, man. Oh, that
There we
place
go.
will be rowdy and raucous. They got their coach back. Got a new look defense. I love it.
You ready to rock and roll?
I think the Falcons are going to be bad to the bone this year, though, man.
They're talented.
They have some firepower on offense. Their defense, I don't think they missed a step from last year. You know, hey,
They're fast, physical, and smart is what they say.
should be an interesting game.
High power offense there. But
Yep.
Saints, they had the worst defense in the league last year. They addressed it a little bit.
I hope so. I hope they can. The Saints, I don't think are ever going to be like your 49ers or your Bears. They're not going to be dominating. But what they can be good at, especially with Rob Ryan, is creating turnovers.
That's right.
So and points off turnovers.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
That's going to be a hard division to win too.
Yeah.
You still thinking Falcons? Or you going with your boy Saints?
You know, it could go back to like a couple years ago when all 4 teams won, or when 3 teams won 10 games.
Yep.
You know, the Bucks could be good this year.
Bucks sitting home.
I think the Falcons got it though.
Falcons taking that one.
It makes me want to cry, but yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Next we got the Hard Knock Bengals
Okay.
against the Chi-Town Bears at Soldier Field. That's a real gritty. That reminds me of the old black and blue days, right?
Sure.
NFC Central. Bears, new head coach, Canadian Football League guy, offensive genius.
No more Brian Urlacher.
Yeah, they're starting a rookie.
Yep.
They're starting a rookie at middle linebacker, so that's going to be an older, slightly revamped defense. Offense is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You just got to keep Cutler standing upright,
You got to keep him on his front foot as opposed to his back foot too.
especially with those Bengals. Those Bengals they're quiet, but that's a mean green orange cat machine.
You know, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Bears bring. You know, because we're gonna get a look at the Vikings against the Lions, but what are the Bears gonna look like?
You want to check out the NFC North? You want to see what everyone's bringing to the table?
Yeah, absolutely.
So who do you got in this game?
Bears
Got the Bears at home?
at home.
When it's
Yeah.
a coin flip like that, you always take the home
You
team,
got to
right?
go with home team. Yep.
I agree there. Next, this might be one of the biggest games there is. Packers at 49ers.
That's wild.
This is going to be what a Sunday.
Oh my God.
Look at all these matchups we have.
Yep, and that's a 4:30
Matchup after
game.
matchup.
Yep.
Yeah, right after
Man, week 1 right off the bat.
you're sipping that
Blue Kool-Aid.
that blue Kool-Aid after
Yeah.
that W.
Oh yeah.
You sit back and you relax.
Oh yeah.
So what are you thinking? We got 49ers. Man, they were wheeling and dealing in off-season a little bit, right?
Yep.
They had 32 draft picks, I believe.
They got Bolden. They got Asamoah. You
Yeah.
know, Jim Harbaugh's always fired up.
That's right.
Kaepernick's got a lot to prove this year.
Big time. I don't know if the kid can cut, though. That's me being me. Alex Smith with just accuracy. When you have a defense as good as that team was,
Yeah.
you just want to be a game manager. You want to
Right.
control the clock, and that's what Alex Smith did. I know they got a little energy shot with Colin Kaepernick with his feet and everything, but I think over the course of a 16-game season, I don't know if he's going to be able to handle it.
Right. His passing is going to be key because the thing with when Alex Smith was there, even they had an offensive line that could push their way downfield.
Best offensive line in the game.
Set up the running game. You know,
That's right.
and you have a game manager. Now Kaepernick, can he become a pocket passer and scramble when he has to? The kid's got a cannon. It's that accuracy. It's game decisions.
So what we're focusing on. So what about the Packers? I mean, they're bringing back that one guy, A-Raj.
Yeah, he's in the realm of Brady for me, where you're talking about a surgeon,
He can win in
a
the game.
man who's just precise, and
Nip tuck.
yeah, Absolutely. Aaron Nip Tuck Rodgers.
So who you got in this game?
Man.
What'd I just tell you?
You got to go with the home team.
Coin flip.
Yeah.
If it's a 50-50, if you're split, you got to go with the home team. And that's what we want, right?
Yeah.
We want Packers to go down early.
For sure, man.
I agree there. We got a Monday night matchup.
Pretty intriguing.
Eagles versus Redskins.
Yep.
Or Skins.
Yes.
However we want to call that.
Yeah.
That's the first Monday night football game coming up.
I like
Eagles,
that.
Chip Kelly, high power offense. Vic, is he going to go back to his old days? RG3, knee surgery. You know, you got James Andrews probably sitting on the sidelines watching
Fingers crossed.
that game closely.
Yep.
What you thinking?
I kind of like the Eagles in this one. I kind of think.
The road team coming in?
I do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this year, there's a lot of people with a lot to prove. Russ Wilson, Kaepernick, we talked about. Some of these rookie running quarterbacks. Michael Vick's the old Wiley vet.
He's been around.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He started this.
That's why all these kids are that?
Right, exactly.
All these kids are being
They love Michael Vick back in the day.
Atlanta Mike Vick?
Exactly. So, you know, a lot of people are expecting him to run. Chip Kelly, crazy high-powered offense. I think Vick's going to surprise some people. Call me crazy, but that's my upset of the week.
They're talented all around that team there.
Underachieving the past few years.
You know what? I'm sick of the RG3 bandwagon.
Yeah.
Get him, Vic. Let's do this.
All right.
Last but not least. Yeah. We got the Minnesota Vikings traveling all the way down to Brush Street.
The Dirty D, baby.
To face our Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Love it Lions. What you think? AP coming off 2000. Calvin coming off 1964. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's high power. That's almost must-see TV.
I think so. Two great offensive weapons going head-to-head. Not head-to-head, but, you know, they're playing each other. And
there's not going to be a dull moment in that game.
No. You know, I saw one stat today that the Lions have 50 home opener wins, okay? Second most all time.
Wow.
That's one positive stat about the Lions. For
the
countless others.
I guess what we know what that means. They must have been playing for a long time.
Yeah.
They must have had a lot of home openers.
One of the older teams in the league, yeah.
But yeah, and I'm looking at that front seven. They made some disruptive plays in the preseason. We know it's preseason, but still, they're getting in there. They're collapsing that pocket. They're making that quarterback, you know, go through his checkdowns much quicker. I don't know. Our linebackers, our secondary, our back seven, we've always had issues. Yep. They've made some changes. We got younger, we got faster. Hopefully they just play with an edge, but play smart. That's what I'm looking for.
Play assignment football. With AP, you got to stick to your assignment. You know, you can't be running over here, getting caught anywhere, you know. Gun's going to stack the box, man. And, you know, they got to stop AP.
That's a good point. Gun will stack the box, so get ready coming up a little bit later, but I think the Vikings still have some deep threats. They got some young guys with some wheels, but we're playing in Detroit. This is the home opener.
Oh, man, they're going to be rowdy.
We got Gridiron on the sidelines with a little hard hat on. Mm-hmm. We're getting a W, right?
Let's go to work.
We got to get the W in there.
Oh, especially against a division opponent to start off the year. Gotta have it.
Get it done, get it quick.
Gotta have it.
I love it.
All right, man.
Well, that's all our fantasy matchups for this week. Went through a bunch of them. Coming up next, we're going to go over some possible sleepers and creepers, some guys you might want to pick up on the waiver wire, or those guys you want to avoid on your roster. Stay tuned. Next on Fantasy Football.
Well, welcome back to the Lake Orion Fantasy Football Show. It's just me on set right now in the Hinford Ave Auditorium. The atrium, of course. Chris had to run home. Mom, he heard the dinner bell ring. Mom's got dinner in the oven, so he had to get home to get that. But he wanted to make sure to leave you folks with some advice for the week. So the last segment, we're going to go over sleepers and creepers. And the sleepers are, you know what, I like to think of a sleeper as possibly a rookie, somebody who's you're unsure of. Alfred Morris comes to mind last year as a great sleeper, 6th-round pick, blew up, okay? Somebody who's on the waiver wire you can pick up, add week 2, week 3. So keep an eye out for the sleepers. We're going to help you out with those. And the creepers, of course, dude's hanging around. You don't want him there, but he's there. Okay, these are guys on your roster. You pick them every year, but they're not doing much for you. They're not helping your life out very much. They're kind of they're just creeping. So we're going to go live to Chris. Let's see if we can get Chris. Chris, you there, buddy?
Ma, close the door.
Okay.
I'm on there.
We got you?
Ian, you there?
Hey, there you are.
Oh, okay. Hey, man.
Chris, how you doing, brother?
I'm great. How are you?
You down in the study there?
Down in the mom cave, as we like to call it.
Mom's a big reader, I can see.
She loves her books.
Oh, great.
Tons of books.
Well, hey, we don't like to read. We like to live in a fantasy world on the internets. And let's get to some sleepers and creepers. They're begging for your advice. So who do you got for us?
Let's get these going. Here we go. Sleepers and creepers for week 1. Number 1, we got my man Harry Douglas. Funny name, not funny game. Dude right now is the 3rd wideout in the Atlanta Falcons offense. But in that pass-heavy offense, I think there's going to be a lot of concerns with Julio Jones and Roddy White. I see my man Harry Douglas putting up some numbers this week. Number 2, we got Shane Vereen. Shane Vereen, but he's the 2nd string, E3. He's second. Not this time. It's a pass-heavy offense in New England, but my man's not going to have any trouble getting in the end zone. He's going against the Buffalo Bills, who currently, or last year, gave up at least 24 points to running backs in fantasy football. Next on our list is Isaiah Redmond. Le'Veon Bell went down. Isaiah Redmond stepping right up. He's gonna make some productive moves this week with Le'Veon Bell being injured. So pick up Redmond if available. Next, we got a 2nd-year tight end from Clemson, Dwayne Allen. Now, he's coming off a foot injury, but he should be okay. And his size and athleticism at home against the Raiders, yeah, play him. And last but not least, I hate doing this, Cordero Patterson, wide receiver for the Vikings. He's a rookie. He's playing the Lions. Lions are probably going to put 10 in the box to stop AP. So I see Patterson, I see his speed, his quickness. I see a lot of deep threats happening. I think Cordell Patterson might burn us. Next to the creepers, like Ian said, those guys hanging around. We don't want creepers in our lives. So I'm going to help you out. Get these guys off your starting roster, starting with Cam Newton. He had a great rookie year. Last year he was up and down. But Cam's going against the 1984 Chicago Bears. It's flashback time. It might not be the 85 Bears, but the Seahawks, all the praise they're getting, you better bench Cam now. He might be available week 2, though. Second, we got Torrey Smith. He's on my fantasy team. What am I doing? I'm putting him on there? He's the number 1 wideout now that Anquan Bolden left. I don't know if he's ready for that type of productivity. Plus, he's going against who's he going against, Ian?
The Broncos.
The Broncos.
Chris.
The Broncos. He's going against the Broncos. Oh, yeah, opening night. How could I forget? Next is questionable. The Green Bay wideouts, all of them. Cobb, Jones, Nelson. I know Aaron Rodgers is the man, but they're going against the 49ers defense. A top 5 defense last year, and they get Asamoah. Bench them. Next, we got a NFC North wideout. He might be the second coming of Calvin, but Brandon Marshall and that hip injury, he hasn't had a lot of time on the field with the new head coach and offensive coordinator. I think it's going to take some time for getting your Brandon Marshall to get going. I might bench him for a week or 2. And last on my list, Ian, we got Vernon Davis. Big guy, up and down seasons ever since he's been in the league. Dude from Maryland. I'll tell you what, ever since Colin Kaepernick has stepped on the field, Vernon Davis isn't getting the ball that much. So that's my sleepers. My mom's yelling at me. I'm going to kick it back to you, Ian.
Hey, Chris, real quick before you go. What's for dinner tonight, man? What's Mom cooking up?
I think she's making meatloaf.
Meatloaf?
I think we got meatloaf tonight.
Man. Well, hey, if I wrap it up, you got an extra plate for me?
Come on over.
All right.
You're always welcome.
All right. Beautiful. Hey, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to Week 2 of Lake Orion Fantasy Football. I'm Ian Witherspoon. That's Chris Ehmann, E3 the commish. We'll catch you next week. Sleepers, creepers, recaps, previews. We got it all right here on Lake Orion Fantasy Football.